There's a war going on. Over 4 million people have died because they know hunger just a little too well. 200,000 forced into prison camps for being born into the wrong family. 4 out of 5 women refugees forcibly raped for they have no voice. Public executions, chemical experiments, gas chambers used to scare a country into timidity. Families broken apart, injustice and poverty sweeping across this nation, every human right taken away. There is a war going on, but you see, this is not just any war. It's not a war between militaries, it's not a war of weapons of mass destruction. It's not a war of soldiers leaving their families to go fight for their country. It's not a war between the West and the East, between the North and the South. It's not a war between the strong and the weak, the rich and the poor, freedom and terrorism, democracy versus totalitarianism. It's not a war between races, religions, ethnicities, or nationalities. There's a war going on. But you see, this is not a typical war. It's a war between indifference and action. A war between sitting down and standing up. A war between staying silent and opening your mouth so that the world will know the atrocities that lay within. Dr. King Jr., he reminds us of this. He says, we are our brother's keepers. We are our sister's keepers. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about the things that matter. There's a war going on, and it's the timidity of our politics that holds us back. The politics of can't do, won't do, the politics of, oh well, I don't care, the politics of I'm too young, I have no money, politics of, come on, Eddie, why don't you wait until you get your law degree, and then maybe you can go and change the world. It is the timidity and the ignorance of our very own politics that holds us back. And there's a war going on. So that is why we act, because it is time for us to answer the why nots of the world, the whys of the world with the why nots. And until we stop these atrocities that are being carried out, our conscience cannot rest. Many of us, we share the same background, but I don't stand here as an Asian American. Many of us, we share the same age, but I don't stand here simply as a college student. I stand here as a fellow human being, a son of God, a fellow citizen of the world who believes that every human citizen deserves a fair chance, a right to be loved, the right to command their own destiny, to live in a world without fear. There is no time left to remain silent. It is time for us to speak up and to get out of our chairs, to move for those who are restless, to take action for those who are powerless. There's a war going on, and now it is our turn to stand up. Thank you.